Hey guys and gals, today I'll be talking about the movie The Devonsville Terror. This is a movie that I remember a lot, but I forgot about the title. The first time I saw this movie when I was a kid growing up, this was on Fox 5, one of those 8 o'clock marathon specials, and Devil's Terror was one of them. Excuse me. Um, I did enjoy the movie. It's like horror, but it's more drama, supernatural based, and it kind of builds up towards the end. And the movie starts out with these witches being accused of being, it started with these three ladies being accused as witches, and they end up being tortured in different ways, and they start dying. And in the present day, you got these town folks, like normal town folks. But you can tell each of them are like a character in their own way. You got Don Pleasance in this movie who plays the doctor in the town, but he spent most of his time in the office in this whole movie though. So don't expect for him to go outside or do something special like he does in the Halloween movies or any other movie he does. So yeah, this was kind of like a different one. It's like the first time I ever seen a Don Pleasance movie when he's mainly inside one place. I like to know how much they paid him for that, you know. But still, his presence has a meaning to it at least. Um, Suddenly one of the town folks, the guy who owns the variety store, like the very grocery store, pretty much of the town. He killed his wife. You know, he starts seeing the image of the dead witch that his ancestors killed. You know, and suddenly a new school teacher comes to town, and there's two other ladies. One's a radio station, and one is an environmentalist living off in the cabins in the woods. Yeah. Um, the town folks are kind of like curious about these three ladies, why they are so different, and it's pretty much they like closed minded and they're not used to independent, strong women. So they end up thinking they like witches and stuff. Don Pleasant's character, his great ancestor was the finder, excuse me, that killed these witches, that accused them of being witches. So his family ended up having a curse that was placed upon them that they'll be eaten by worms, and it's pretty much they try to find, like you could tell from the diary, what Don Pleasant's character was kind of like saying. I would say, in his own way, he's trying to find a cure for it, and he put the school teacher who was like in hypnosis, about about her history as one of the ladies that been accused of being a witch, you know. And Don Pleasant's character realized that the three ladies they pretty much were innocent anyway, because each of the town folks they pretty much killed these witches for their personal gain. Like one of the guys that was hypnotized, he accused one he ended up killing one of the witches only because he can't get with one of them. So he kind of like he made up a story pretty much to set them up. You know, as the movie progressed, these people of the town end up like teaming up together to kill the three witches and to kill the three ladies who they accuse them as being witches, to kill them again like what their ancestors start doing. And then when they get to the final witch, the school teacher, spoilers, um, the school teacher witch end up having her hidden power to stop the evil town folks from killing her, and and then she finally, and then as is the story told, when you see the end of the story, the doctor talks about his final entry of the diary that the curse is that he's free from the curse, and people that started this witch thing has been destroyed pretty much, or they're gonna be brought to justice pretty much, because it's so the blonde when the blonde witch hunter, I didn't see him, and I didn't see some key characters that wasn't around them. So I guess when the story said in the credits like brought to justice, I guess something will happen to them later on. All in all, the Devonsville Terror, it's more drama based. It does have a little bit of supernatural elements and does have the horror elements to it towards the end. But all in all, I did enjoy this movie, and I highly recommend you guys checking it out, and gals too. Anyway, peace, guys. See you later.